The Judge Joseph Franklin Rutherford, second president of the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, presented in 1918 a public discourse entitled, "Millions No Living Will Never Die." Listen his words.
The Jubilee system which Jehovah inaugurated with Israel throws a great light upon the immediate future events. The scriptures clearly show that Israel, while God dealt with them for more than 18 centuries, was a typical people. Their law was typical, foreshadowing greater and better things to come. The Lord commanded Moses to institute the Sabbaths in the year that Israel entered the land of Canaan, which was 1,575 years before AD, Leviticus 25, 1-12, and that every 50th year should be under the year of Jubilee. This was done on the 10th day of the 7th month, the Day of Atonement. And ye shall hallow that 50th year and proclaim freedom throughout the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possessions, and ye shall return every man unto his family. Other scriptures show that there were to be 70 jubilees kept. Jeremiah 25:11, 2 Chronicles 36:17-21. A simple calculation of these jubilees brings us to this important fact: 70 jubilees of 50 years each would be a total of 3,500 years. That period of time beginning 1,575 before AD, of necessity would end in the fall of the year 1925, at which time the type ends and the great antitype must begin. What, then, should we expect to take place? In the type there must be a full restoration. Therefore the great antitype must mark the beginning of restoration of all things. The chief thing to be restored is the human race to life. And since other scriptures definitely fix the fact that there will be a resurrection of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and other faithful ones of old, and that these will have the first favor, we may expect 1925, I repeat, 1925 to witness the return of these faithful men of Israel from the condition of death, being resurrected and fully restored to perfect humanity and made the visible, legal representatives of the new order of things on earth. Based upon the arguments heretofore set forth, then, that the old order of things, the old world, is in and is therefore passing away, and that the new order is coming in, and that 1925 shall mark the resurrection of the faithful worthies of old and the beginning of reconstruction, it is reasonable to conclude that millions of people now on earth will be still on the earth in 1925. Then, based upon the promises set forth in the divine word, we must reach the positive and indisputable conclusion that millions now living will never die.
Joseph Rutherford was the second false prophet of the Watchtower. He advised young witnesses not to get married, not to go to college, and to dedicate all their efforts to proclaim the imminent Armageddon for 1925. Most farmers stopped sowing their fields, because the end was near. Most fanatic followers sold their homes, and followed the path as indigent peddlers, believing his master, Judge Rutherford, was guided by the Lord. After 1925, thousands of his followers abandoned the Watchtower, disappointed, broken, and with no future ahead. Joseph Rutherford died in 1942 totally debunked. His rainbow collection of extravagant books are today covered with dust and mugginess in the vault of the Watchtower Society, and they are not reprinted anymore by the Watchtower.